Good afternoon and welcome to SM Live. Sorry about that delay starting, a few technical challenges. So live stream Friday, show number 21. Great to have you with us here this afternoon if you're joining us live. So my name's Chris Stott. And hello to those of you watching back on our YouTube channel where you can watch all of the SalesMaster live streams. So don't forget to subscribe, click that if you haven't done so already. I've got Howard with me, finally. Howard, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm doing well. Good week. I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to make a usual joke about the technical hitches because I seem to do that every week. So, yes, we're here.
It's been a big month, hasn't it? SalesMaster, exciting times as we're a new chapter. So it's been really eventful. Lots of great stuff happening. So all good. And we've got a good show today. So one-stop shop for all stock. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been really, really exciting. Really busy month for us. First month into the new businesses. So, yeah, really exciting. And then today's show is all about stock in one place, as you say. We do a lot on these sessions on just new cars. So it'd be great to show the overall stock types that are available in the application.
Yeah, I think particularly obviously still experiencing the challenges with a lot less stock than normal out there, particularly on new car. So having all stock visible to you as sales teams, and that visibility of the pipeline, because obviously as the factory production gets back up to full capacity, having sight of those vehicles as they're being built and coming through in shipment and things is going to be critical. So so great. We've got Annette with us moderating as always. So Annette, nice to have you with us, and please send us any comments through on the YouTube chat. Annette will then put them through to us on the screen for you to see. So I think you have to log in with a Gmail or YouTube account, and then you can then see that you can see us online and ask us a question for us to take you through. So don't forget to subscribe. As we said, it'd be great to get to 150 subscribers today. We've added a few in the last couple of weeks, so give that a push if you haven't done so already. Okay, right, Howard, shall we crack on then, mate, if you want to get ready to share your screen?
I'm sure I'll be fine with this. One sec.
Now we've got, I do say we it will be fun when we can try and do this physically in the same place at one point rather than having to stream from two different houses. It does add complexity to it. So
I'm sure we'll find something else.
That's
some
true.
other technical hitch.
That's
but
true.
I'm ready.
Awesome.
I'm up and running.
Okay, right. Over to you then, mate.
Cool. So we're going back into a different demo account than we've been in the last, probably in the last 6 weeks or so, really, where we've been using the live stream account where we're just looking at new cars. Today, as mentioned, we're going to look at across the board of the stock types that are available. So, hopefully my application that I'm going to log into now has got everything mixed in with it. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to log into the system, and you can see once I log in, it takes me to the vehicles, so into StockBook, and showing me my long list of vehicles. And again, we've got a couple of reports down the left-hand side. Actually, I've even got orders on there. We'll have to do a show on orders at some stage, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite good actually. We did a couple of overview sessions, didn't we? Which just wider kind of platform overview with. These are obviously always concentrating on StockBook, but when you look at some of the orders functionality, as you say, through FleetBase or Demo Diary, so it'd be great to run some on that. So watch this space.
Just on that, I had a couple of demonstrations actually on FleetBase this week, and it was really exciting to get back into the application to feel how powerful it is in a business. So
definitely.
Exciting times.
Good stuff.
So I've got orders on there, but I'm just going to close that all off, and we're just going to scroll down the list. Obviously, the stock type here is displaying as new. Now we can use the search function to be able to remove the new stock and just what we would or what the business would know as used vehicles, but obviously we want to see everything that falls into that category. So I think in this application I've got demo and used vehicles, not just new, and but I haven't got any of the others like the courtesy or trade vehicles in there. But all are available to bring into SalesMaster. So most of our StockBook accounts have that enabled for them. So I could do that two ways. I could obviously do minus new, which of course using the negative search, just minusing a criteria, that would remove all of the new vehicles. But you do have to be sometimes a bit careful when you're using the minus new. Yes, it does remove all of the new vehicles in front of you, but there may be an option or a part of the equipment that has the word new inside it. So you've got to be a bit careful of that. So what I'm going to do, rather than doing the minus new, actually I might count them and see how many. So we've got 4327, if you can remember that, Chris. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use Search Builder for this. So when I go into Search Builder, this allows me to be more specific about my searching. So we've shown lots of videos on this and used it in many of our live streams, but it gives me access to lots of different headers within my the stock. So you can see I can search in all of these different attributes that we have listed here. So I'm just going to select stock type. Works exactly the same as the search function up the top left hand side on the main screen. You can just start typing in and it'll find the header you're looking for, or the selection within that. So I'm going to go stock type. Then I can choose is any of or none of. So I could remove the stock type that is new, but in this case I can actually just click on that and it will show me what's available for me to select. So I'm just going to go for the demo stock, and then I'm going to go for the used stock, like so. Was it 4327? It's the same number. There you go.
Yeah, it was.
Damn. Yeah.
But
so
yeah, like you say, that is a more accurate way of doing it because of that. If it's the new, a used vehicle of the new BMW 1 Series, that can
it always exists on options and codes where they have like new style of wheels or whatever, and they use that word because of the way we do the kind of search criteria of the text searching. Using the word can obviously get rid of that you might not want to in this case. So. And it's really good to be able to have the headers like that to be able to distinguish what you're actually looking for in this case. So we're just looking at the demo and the used stock in this example. Again, most of the headers are on this configuration of this environment are pretty useful for this. So we've got the retail price on there, the mileage of the vehicle, the site where it's based, vehicle status and year. But of course I can bring in further headers. So when it comes to used stock, let's go straight into column chooser actually. You can see there's lots of different headers that I can bring in. I think I'll have something like image counts, has images, image coverage, image count, so I can bring that into my view. This is a demo environment, so I wouldn't expect to see too much in there, which there hasn't been. But you can imagine from a live account, these are pulling from the various websites of that group, so they count them in there for them. So really useful way of being able to see how many of your vehicles that are you have in your stock that are displaying with what volume of images are on there as well.
And these fields that you're selecting from, we've basically accumulated and built up as the software has been rolled out to various other dealer groups, OEMs, different brands, and so on. And obviously, if there's a field that we've not got in the platform that is something that's useful for everybody from translating the data feeds, then that can be simply added to column chooser. It is a platform wide group of fields, but we can customize those and tailor them to the individual use case and by permission as well, can't we, Howard? So for different like stand-in value and different permissions that you wouldn't necessarily have for all users of the system. So but don't forget, if you anything that's not on there, just post a question in the chat of anything that you think you'd like us to talk about, and we can cover that off. So
Yeah. So this is obviously in a demo environment, so we've got lots of the headers that we would see across multiple accounts, bringing them all into this one demonstration account. But we tend to tailor them based on the account and the requirements. So good opportunity to talk about StockBook 1 and StockBook as well. So what we refer to the two. Stockbook 1 tends to be just new car, so it's just one stock type, hence why we say the one at the end. But Stockbook is for everything, so full full stock types across everything. So we'll tailor the headers and the availability, the columns for that purpose.
And if you're operating on Stockbook 1, because most of the manufacturer programs or kind of the stock sharing programs that we've got across the network, if you're operating Stockbook 1 and you want to have used cars and demonstrators and things and this functionality in SalesMaster, it's really simple for us to just activate that and put you onto the full Stockbook plan. So obviously just get in touch with Howard or the team, who'd be happy to sort that out for you. But we can, it's then a case of customizing the feeds to depending on what DMS you're on, the third-party feed for the web images and so on. But once you're set up on SalesMaster, it's really simple to sort of add stock types to that account and start taking advantage of the full functionality.
Yeah, useful one actually, Chris. On the DMS systems, we work with all major DMS platforms, so bringing the data in kind of gives it that consistent level. So whether it's coming from multiple different DMSs within the same business, which does happen, we can translate it and it all appears the same way in SalesMaster. So
that's a really good point. And I think you had or certainly the implementation team were onboarding some post a merger of different dealer groups, and it's really quick to take advantage then of that wider stock pool and wider sales team through Stockbook by getting those feeds all in one place, rather than the work it takes obviously to change lots of business systems with the DMS and so on. So it's available to you to make use of through this period. So just get in touch and we can get you up and running on that pretty quickly. So what we can do, I just bring it back out, and I'm just going to remove that because we're going to look at all stock types now, because we're going to look at the way that the vehicles are brought through as well from the status of the vehicles. As you can see here, we translate these based on the manufacturer themselves. So obviously this is looking at the Audis at the top there. They've already got we do update
Volkswagen
them. We do update them more than once a year.
I won't hover over that too much. Yes, they do move at some stage, but I think you'll find that being a demonstration environment, you'll probably got some days in stock counts here where they're only at confirmed status, but really useful. But they do show the build week in that as well. So useful tool, but we do update them more frequently than once a year.
How do you know what build week you're in, Howard?
Oh, it's just at the top. You want me to say it, don't you? So that's not my age at the top there. That's the build week we are in next to my name, just at the top there. So you can see here, build week 33. So which is great. And of course we can bring that in as a header as well. So you can see here you've got build week, you've even got build date, build month. So all of the information that it would know from a factory feed on the new car perspective, you can bring those headers in as you choose. So there you go. That's closer in at the top.
Annette did want you to say that about the build week and your age. I'll tell you what will be quite good at coming up soon. It will be your age. Stay tuned for that one. Let's see if you can work out which episode it is.
Yeah, I don't know when that is. Soon. But yes, so we can bring in the build weeks. Obviously, we can sort the build weeks as we require as well. Like so the top and the bottom, or you're sort of sorting, ascending and descending. But you can actually use Search Builder for that as well. So build week is again another header that you can use, that you might want to see. Actually, just show me my vehicles that are less than build week. What we're in 33, like so. And that will just bring that all down for me as well. So really, useful way of looking at data that's coming through.
Yeah, as you say, particularly as the cars start coming through and getting those build slots, you can have these save views, keeping an eye on that, and vehicles that are deliverable, and be at the front of the queue to maximise those and get them in front of your customers, and you know, as they're being built and getting those build slots confirmed. So it's certainly worth labouring that point if you're on SalesMaster as well in the business already, to make sure all of your team know that this includes all of the pipeline. And whilst, you know, lots of vehicles may be showing factory order with, you know, unconfirmed build weeks and so on, obviously they're, you know, joked about how often the data gets up to date. It is up to date. It's updated every day with the factory feeds. So, and you will get that tooltip on the data to show that. But it's you know, every day as those build slots get allocated for each manufacturer, that will be constantly updating in SalesMaster. Obviously the sales status and things are all real time, so they happen live in SalesMaster. But the factory production statuses only update once a day usually. So yeah, just make sure everyone is aware that when we talk about stock, it's not just physical stock on the ground. It is stock including all the pipeline as well at those various stages. So.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So we can save this report, obviously. So we're just looking at vehicles that are behind this date. We can just jump in and save that. I seem to have an awful lot of save views in this environment, but yeah, we can just build a report based on that as well and share it out to our teams. You know, once you've built how you want it to look, you can just save those reports that obviously dynamically will just continue to update through the process. Although these are all prior to 33, they're not really going to update too much. But yeah, they'll just keep moving through the times. Like so yeah, just building lots of different reports. Also with, you know, using vehicle statuses as well. So I'm just going to jump back to the default, but you know, we can look at we hovered over the different statuses, but we can do that by status code. So if we wanted to look at vehicles at a certain status codes, that tends to be used a lot when we're doing our online or omni-channel publishing. So where you want to look at a status code that is more than a certain number, obviously knowing your status codes through your brands, as I'm sure people will, you can use that. So I tend to, from a Volkswagen group perspective, I tend to go, you know, anything that's over status code 38, just show me those vehicles. So they're publishable now as such, and then I obviously can just minus the sold on them as well, and bring them through. So these are my vehicles ready to go online.
So if you
and also sellable.
Yeah, can you share if you did do that with the sharing? I think it'd be worth. I don't know if I'm not sure what account I'm in actually. I might need to change that. I'll go and set my account because that would be good to show how you can share a view across there. But if you carry on, I'll set my account into the same one as you in StockBook.
Yeah, I've got it. I just had to make sure there I was in the right account.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, 38. Hopefully you will come shortly. Yeah, just give me a hollow when you're there.
Yeah, I'm in a different account at the moment, so I'm just changing over for that. So you carry on, and we can always do that on another one. I'll just get myself into the.
Well, whilst you're just doing that, I was just going to show, you know, the volume of the different headers that you can create, and how much of the information, you know, once you get all your stock into SalesMaster and you have all the information in that one place, and everyone within the business is operating within that same environment, whether or not they can or can't see certain information. Chris mentioned it earlier on when we were in column chooser that, you know, not everyone might have access to standing values and other bits of criteria within the column chooser, but we can define that by role or by individual. So really powerful. But once that they start operating within SalesMaster, everything is visible to all users. So, you know, putting vehicles under negotiation, marking vehicles as sold as they move through their pipeline, everything is here. We even have from a used car perspective, when it's coming in. So, you know, we will be picking up from the DMS a date of when that vehicle is due to arrive in the business. So we actually have negative days. So it's actually a countdown and showing you what's coming in. So not just on new car, but also on used vehicles or trade-in vehicles as well that are due to arrive at the site. So yeah, really, really great way to be able to see what you can sell.
Yeah.
In the system, let's say. Did you move yourself?
I have,
or
yes.
not?
I should be in there now. So
okay, all right, there you go. So I'm going to leave it as it is because it's quite good, and then I am going to use the search function, and I'm not going to be able to find you. Do you know what site you're in?
Audi Milton Keynes, I think.
Are you Neil Cosgrave?
No. Okay.
Okay, so I can't share with Chris on this environment.
Okay, well, that was a good live demo test. So you carry on. I'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah, what I'm just gonna build a few reports, a few further reports, because I think it's a really good topic and subject to focus on. Building those reports, using those headers, using those columns to be able to, have everything that you want visible on the screen. And as you add the columns. So what have I got? I've got reg number. I've got reg date updated. Registration date. Most of these fields probably won't have too much information in them because this is not live data. But you'll notice as we add them, it pushes the description of the vehicle, so it keeps it all in one page. So you can actually add quite a lot of detail and information across the top there. One of our new accounts that went live, actually, I noticed on their account the other day that they had equipment in there. As well as the headers to have straight in front of you, and I think it changes the view of the data, but it's very clear now that rather than actually using the vehicle description, that's going to get confusing because I'm doing both now. But clicking on the button like so brings up the equipment easily and straightforward, but you can just have it however you want to configure it,
and that view
account. Yeah,
that works Chris, best on a PDF like export, doesn't it, or something? If you want it like a stock list to export from the system, to have it in that kind of view. Yeah. Just bring that report out. This is allowing me to do it by email because I'm trying to take 20,000 vehicle records. But I've seen it on. What I was going to say is actually out of all of our accounts, no two accounts are the same on the configuration. Yeah. So you can really lay it out exactly how you want it. Obviously a lot of people are using OTR pricing, offer pricing, cap IDs that they want in their visible in their application. Of course, you can run reports to say, I think cap ID. If I even started typing it, so I could say yes or no. Show me all the vehicles not, or show me all the vehicles with. But to have it in front of you as well, that it's ready to publish, and you've got an offer price and everything associated to it, which is really useful, not only for sharing the stock out of the system, but also for the guys on the ground that then have visibility of all the information that's been generated for them. That's good, yeah. So if you just refresh and then see if you can, I've changed myself to Arquette BMW, which should be the same site that you're in.
It is the same site I'm in. So good one actually, Chris. So if I click back on any of these headers, there's a number of functions I can do with them, which I think we've shown in previous ones, like automated emails, pin as a tab, which I did, or of course you can edit it to make any changes, and this would be there's Chris, and this would be one of those. So as soon as I save that, that will then push that report that I've created under my share views, so I can actually see, if I click on it, I can see that I'm sharing it with one other person, like so. And hopefully,
I was going to say, so if I refresh my my screen now on the right, I've now got that snappy Bill Week. Looks like a love heart.
Less, less. It's a smiley face. Less than 33. And minus sold. But it's telling you the criteria, but that would also be there at the top for you. But just a really straightforward way of you seeing the same report that I'm looking at.
That's great to be able to share that as a standard sort of report suite across the teams. Interestingly, for those of you that have noticed, there is a different number of vehicles in my view of that to Howard, but that's just simply down to the permissions. So I'm set to have visibility of certain brands. Howard's got greater sort of brand coverage in his login, so that would be demonstrating how it would be for somebody working in a certain division or franchise, number of franchises, or it might just be down to the sales status that you can see. So I might not be able to see the sold cars, I can only see available and protected cars and so on. So there's sort of ultimate flexibility there to be able to create those different. You can have the same views shared across your teams, but you can also have permissions in the background that will determine what actual records are visible in those views. So yeah,
it's a really good one actually. Point there, Chris, because that's to do with brands, because you haven't got those brands allocated under your user. Obviously, you just jumped in from another account, so that'd be why. But absolutely right. You may not have permission to see sold vehicles, so if any of these vehicles were sold, they would just come off and be removed from your list as they move through as well. So the criteria is based on the user as well as what I'm sharing. I've had it in the past where sharing sold reports, but actually that individual can't see sold, so they don't pick that up. But we can configure and design that absolutely how it's required in the business.
Yeah, very good. Okay, I think it's actually just do another one of those. Let's share another view across. Just to I don't know, we'll pick another, like one of those pipeline or a used stock report or something, because I can show that up here in real time.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got too much. I've got BMW used here, so let's go with that. I'm going to edit that again, and I'm going to share it, and I'm going to find you really quickly this time, and I'm going to save it. And that should
I got BMW
come across to you.
Yeah, perfect.
No, I haven't pinned it as a tab. It automatically pins as a tab on your screen, I believe.
It does, yeah. So I can expand the save views and see those shared views on my login. But when you do share a view across, it does exactly that. It pins it straight as a tab, which you can simply unpick. So if you didn't want that first one you shared across, I can just remove that. It's easily recalled because it's in my save views panel. So then you can just go and pin it as a tab again. So really easy to change the layout of these and almost have them as your favourites and put them in the right place for your login.
Does it bring through the headers as well?
Yeah.
So you've got,
so I can see BMW's the stock type, retail price, mileage, site, vehicle status, year, stand-in value, reg number, reg date, fuel type. Yeah, nice.
Really good. So based on your permissions, you can see all of that information as well.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
So we see a lot of that in the businesses. Sharing reports across the top. People being able to update their data.
Good stuff.
Good.
Okay. Well, thanks. I think we'll switch back to the cameras, Howard, and wrap things up now. But that was good insight into that overview of stock all in one place on SalesMaster, and also being able to configure those shared views across your business. So more and more of the teams are setting up these default views, capturing the criteria to find the vehicles that are the most appropriate, and then sharing them with the relevant sales teams, and obviously sharing them over the API to the different online channels for providing those in front of your customers. So thanks, Howard, as always. Great
no problem.
Great demo. We'll put this one on the channel again for those of you to watch it. So thanks for joining us today, those of you that have, and hope you have great weekends, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks very much. Cheers now. Bye.